Hello, brothers and sisters in YouTube family. Hope you guys are being blessed. Lord, help me. I was about to enter into worship, guys, as I prepared myself to walk up to my place of prayer on the mountain. As I was getting dressed, he began to play songs that lifted my heart up to him. So I decided to get some rhemas quickly before leaving, and they were so convicting, especially from Mornings with St. Therese, daily devotional. I got the reading Loving Others and God, which was a letter she wrote to her superior, and it says, I remember that when I was a postulant, I sometimes longed to seek my own satisfaction and enjoy a little pleasure. This longing was so strong that I was forced to hurry past your cell and clutch the balustrade to prevent myself turning back. 1,000 excuses for seeing you came into my mind so that I could justify my natural impulses. Excuses like asking your permission for various things. How glad I am now that I crushed such impulses right from the start of my religious life. I am already enjoying the reward promised to those who fight bravely. No longer do I feel that I must refuse to let my heart have any comfort, for my heart is centered on God, because it has loved only Him. It has gradually developed until it can manifest to those dear to Him, a tenderness incomparable, deeper than if it had spent itself in selfish, barren love. Guys, I knew exactly what Jesus was referencing to, because the past few days I've been so tired and desired just time for myself. I found myself wanting to run off quickly when I was done with chores at mother and father's house, rather than asking if there's something else more I could do. And I just resented being called upon. So Lord, please help me. Then the following reading he gave me was from the Imitation of Christ, which is a scaple to your soul, guys. The rhema I got from there was seeing that there's nothing good in me, and not to seek vainglory, but the Lord's glory alone. I can confess that pride was rising up in me with these messages from the Lord and the comments of praise. I can easily fall into vainglory. These readings, however very true, brought me down feeling discouraged. I realized seeing the truth about myself affected my worship, as I was trying to get to that sweet place with Jesus. I had a feeling that this all stemmed from pride. So I came to the Lord, as I sensed He wanted to talk to me about it. And Jesus began, My beloved one, you hit it right on the mark. It is pride that you continue to see yourself better than you really are. You're always under much condemnation, especially when a correction is made or given. I know how you love me and want to please me, my little one. Know that I am pleased with you always. But what loving spouse wouldn't clean off stains on his bride's wedding garment before the ceremony? So you see, I do correct those whom I love, and I love you so dearly, my little one. Don't allow demons of condemnation to steal your joy or peace in me. As I mentioned, it does stem from pride. When will you come to love your nothingness, your littleness, and see yourself as empty, having nothing good to offer me but your will? And I responded, I know, Lord, I struggle. I desire for you to show me my weaknesses and imperfections. But when you show me, many times I contend, thinking, really, Lord? I love people. Really? I don't think I seek vainglory. Oh, Lord, I'm such a mess. Because you are God and you know everything. Plus, you're always right. Goodness, I'm wasting my time contending or trying to justify my flesh. Forgive me, Lord. I'm praying for you, Jesus. And Jesus responded, Oh, my little one, how I enjoy our time together. You coming to me for us to reason together. But there is nothing to reason here. Rather to expose these things, bring it to the surface, and give you grace to combat this error of your character, so that you may truly have my nature at the end of all this. My precious ones, I'm continuing to bring the hidden things of my beloved spouse to the forefront, so you too can see these things in yourself, and work with me correcting these things. I'm raising many of you up in these last days, to pour out my new wine out upon the earth, that many will see and taste of my glory. But I cannot use old wineskin, my beloved ones, so you must be diligent to get rid of your old ways of thinking and doing things. As my glory is shown, many will be easily swayed by the praise of men and puffed up in vainglory. But it is my power, my glory in weakened vessels that I desire to draw the lost to. I'm only raising you up to draw the lost to me, not to your ministry and not yourselves. So you see, you must come to love and embrace your nothingness. Pride always precedes a fall, and that will be and has always been one of the devil's main tactics, to cause many of my servants to fall, to lose their way, and to profane the holy with the world. Don't be moved by the taunts of men, and don't be moved by their praise. It is easy to say, but difficult to do. Ask me for this grace, and it will be given. Even now, in your season of preparation, seek my validation alone. Seek me not for what you can get, but just to be with me. Seek my will alone, and seek my correction too. All of these things will help prepare the foundation of your lives and the ministry I have for you, because we founded on me alone. As I become your everything, then everything becomes nothing to you besides me. And as I raise you up, is not for yourselves, nor is it for anything you have done. But remember, ministry is to minister to my people. The gifts, the calling, the destiny I have for you is always to benefit others. When you begin to look at yourself, feel good about yourself, and even take a census of growth of your ministry, that is when you're treading on shaky grounds. A ministry that is pleasing to me in all of heaven is not about growth, but it's about purity. John the Baptist died, beheaded with a few remaining disciples that were scattered. Paul as well, at the time of his death, thought he was a failure. In prison as the church thought he was a failure. Paul as well, at the time of his death, thought he was a failure. In prison as the church was facing much persecution. So many deceiving doctrines had seeped into the church. But look how these two men lived for my glory and my will alone. Hence their lives, their words impacted all of eternity and became one of the many foundations of the Christian faith. So you see, my dear ones, do not seek the ways of the world about success, which has creeped into the church, especially in the lives of those who are called and used by me. Embrace your nothingness. Seek my glory, not the praises of men. Love others as I have loved you, laying down my life for them, as I've called you to do the same. Your nothingness, your lowliness, is the greatest dignity before God and men. And that was the end of Jesus' message. It was so humbling, guys. Please pray for me as I pray for you guys. Father, I thank you for this word. May your word go forth and not return void. Jesus, please help us. Give us the grace to seek your glory alone, to seek your praise alone, Lord. Give us the glory, Lord, truly to love others, to recognizing as you're raising us up, Lord, all the gifts, all that you poured into us is not for ourselves, but to minister unto others. Give us the grace not to seek selfish, barren love, but to be poured out, to tenderly love others as you have loved them, Lord. Give us the grace, Lord God, that all we desire, Lord God, is you, your presence, your love, and your will most importantly, Lord. Please help us, Lord God, to not fall for the traps of Satan. Help us not get puffed up in pride. Give us the grace not to look for senses of growth of anything, Jesus, besides the growth of our emptiness, how empty we truly have become, and our nothingness. Give me that grace, Lord, to truly love my nothingness, and all of us as well, Lord God, that when you correct us, when you show us who we truly are standing before you, Lord, when you allow humiliation to come upon us to humble us, that we won't contend, we won't take offense, and most importantly, Lord, that we won't fall into condemnation, because we would agree with truly who you've called us to be, and truly who that we are not, Lord. Give us that grace, especially in this generation. Please help us, Lord. And all of these things we pray. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen. God bless you guys to the next message. And I just want to thank you for those who have donated to the Mission City of God. Thank you so much. The Lord is so faithful. As of now, the Lord and I have raised at $2,000 to the $5,000 that He wants to raise before I leave. So thank you guys so much for your prayers, for your words of encouragement. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye.